welcome y'all to the show. Welcome. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
Amandio.
We are KAMMA, about to talk about the main card here. This is the early predictions for the main card, and we're going to go through the card here quickly. This main card has some pretty decent fights here. Tim Means versus Euros Medic, Jonathan Pierce against David Onama, Jonata Denise against Austin Lane, Karine Silva against Ariana Lipski, Ryan Spann against Bogdan Guskov, and of course Mateus Nicolau against Alex Perez. So this is going to be a really cool main card. Can't wait to get into it. We're going to start off with the first fight. You take it away, Andy O.
Yeah, so to open things up, we got Tim Means against Uros Medic. Me here, I have Uros Medic. I think, he did lose his last fight, but he's been looking better and better every fight. He's a younger guy. Tim Means is like in the twilight of his career, and I think he's been on average looking a little worse and worse as time goes on here. Uh, I suspect Uros Medic is probably going to catch him at some point. He's very technical. He's a very crisp striker. And the only way I see Tim Means winning this one, and it's very possible actually, is to really like dirty bird it up, right? And I just don't think he has it in him to beat a guy of the caliber of Uros Medic this time. So it's going to be Medic for me by knockout or decision.
All right, yes, man. I'm in agreement with you, man. I'm going with the doctor, Euros Medic.
The
Uh,
doctor.
I think he's going to get the win here too. I mean, look at the age difference, man. We're talking 31 to 40 years old. Tim Means is, you know what I mean? This guy is like getting really up there in age, man. He should, in fact, retire after this fight or sometime soon because Father Time is catching up with him here. They do have they are close to the same height. He's got a 1 inch height advantage, Tim Means. But he does have a 4 inch reach advantage, which is significant there for Tim Means. But I got Euros Medic, man. I think Euros Medic is going to be the more powerful fighter in this one. And I think that he could stuff the takedowns from Tim Means. That's one thing I really believe that Tim Means is, in order to win this one, I think he's going to have to get the fight on the ground. But I don't think he'll be able to. I just don't think he'll be able to get Euros Medic on the ground like that. It's going to be very difficult for him. Euros Medic's got very good takedown defense. And Euros Medic, man, is coming off, like you said, he's coming off that loss. But prior to that, I mean, he has won 3 out of his last 5. Tim Means, besides that last win there, he lost 3 in a row. So
Yeah, and that win, I was just looking, it was to Thielho, right? Who very questionable. Like he's not even in the UFC anymore. So
yeah, yeah, and I mean
uh,
Medic, he beats Matthew Semmelsberger, and I really am high on Matthew Semmelsberger. I think Matthew Semmelsberger is a lot tougher and stronger than Tim Means, a lot more difficult of an opponent for US Medic than Tim Means. I think Matthew Semmelsberger was a really good opponent, and he knocked him out with a spinning back fist, which was amazing. Also, he beat Omar Morales by knockout. He knocked him out as well. And yeah, he did lose his last fight, Medics, to Miktebek Orwell Bai, who's absolutely insane on the ground and insane with the submissions. I don't think Tim Means is in that lane at all. And Tim Means, I mean, this guy, yeah, he like you said, he beat Andre Fiallo. He knocked him out, but a lot of people have knocked out Andre Fiallo. His chin is just gone now. But prior to that, lost to Alex Morono by submission, lost to Max Griffin by split decision, and he got subbed out by Kevin Holland as well. So I do think that Euros Magic is going to get the win here over the old man Tim Means. I think he's finished Tim Means, and I think Euros Magic can get the knockout win here. He's got too much power here. So we
okay,
are
so
in agreement. All right, moving on up the card now to the next fight. We have Jonathan Pierce against David Onama, man. Now this fight here, man, is one that I have been going back and forth on here. Um, I do like David Onama. I think this guy is a very good striker and he's very powerful. But Jonathan Pierce has a path to victory here, man, with the grappling and the relentless grappling, the relentless takedowns. He's going to have a 1 inch height advantage at 6 foot. He is slightly older, 31 to 29, but Onama's got the 3 inch reach advantage as well there. Um, Jonathan Pierce, looking pretty good. I mean, he's won 4 fights in a row. Then he got that loss, but he's still pretty dangerous. Jonathan Pierce on this.
5 wins in a row. 5 wins in a row.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just looking on the card here, right here in the picture, you can see he's got 4 wins in a row in his last 5 fights. I meant, but yeah, he probably has more than that. But yeah, I got to go with Jonathan Pierce. Not very super highly confident on him to win. I definitely think David Onama is a dog there, but Jonathan Pierce, just because it's going to be more of a grappler versus striker, and I think that Pierce has a good chance here to keep this fight on the ground and get David Onama on the ground. And I think that's where he's going to shine. He did beat Darren Elkins, who was a tough motherfucker to beat. Makwan Armilkhani, he beat. Christian Rodriguez, he beat Omar Morales. Kai Kamaka III, he beat. So he has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight winning streak, and then he lost to Brito. And Joanderson Brito is no slouch. She's a really, really tough, really good fighter. So I'm going to pick Jonathan Pierce to get the win here. He's got 9 knockouts, 2 submissions, 3 decisions. I think he'll win by a decision or maybe a finish. Not really sure in this one. I would probably just stick with the straight on this one because he does have a few different ways to win. But the pick is going to be Jonathan Pierce, not very high confident. What about you, Andy?
Well, my pick is going to be Jonathan Pierce, fairly high confidence. I think, as you said, he's going to be relentless in his takedowns, just too much pressure for Onama. And he's also going to continuously go for those submissions, right? He's not going to leave Onama any room to work with. He's simply going to outwork Onama, I think, here. And if you look back at his record here, he had quite the winning streak. We're talking about, of course, Pierce here. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight winning streak before a questionable loss to Joe Lawson, and then another 5 fight winning streak until he had the get up boy loss to Joe Anderson Brito. I don't know if you want to call that like questionable, but kind of maybe. So I think it's about time again he snaps out of that with a win here against Onama. The way I look at it here is if Nate Landwehr can do what he was doing to Onama, and I'm not talking about like out-dogging him because Nate Landwehr out-dogs everybody, but Nate Landwehr took him down like 3 times, I remember, right? And then sort of gave up on it because he wanted to stand and bang in good old-fashioned Nate Landwehr style. So this is what I expect from Pierce here, continuous pressure, and I think, it's probably going to go to decision here. So that's the pick.
All right, we're in agreement again here. Nice. All right, moving on up the card now.
Next, we have Johanna Dinitz against Austin Lane. Now, I'm not going to say too much about this, except for the fact that I'm not putting any faith in Johanna Dinitz. 6-0 first fight in the UFC against Austin Lane here. My pick is going to be Austin Lane. I know he leaves his chin.
Wow.
I know he leaves his chin up in the air, but I think if he has a good game plan, and if he sticks to the takedowns early and often, he has a chance to win. We often see these guys come up here and fare not so well, in their first fight. And this guy's a huge favorite for what? No reason to be a huge favorite for me in this fight. The pick is going to be Austin Lane, especially at this value. Who do you got, Khalil?
Okay, man, I am in disagreement with you here. I am going with Jonata Denise. Now I know what people are saying about these guys coming in and they're making their UFC debuts and stuff with the hype on them being undefeated and whatnot. But this guy here is special. He's very, very powerful, Jonata Denise. He's got power in his hands. Austin Lane, man, this guy, he is used to fighting smaller guys. He's used to fighting way shorter guys. Now he's facing a guy that's almost his height at 6'4". He's 6'6". only a small 2 inch height advantage there. The reach is about the same. Austin Lane is older at 36 years old compared to Jonathan Deniz at 32. But Jonathan Deniz, man, this guy is a really, really powerful guy. Austin Lane, he does leave himself open to get hit. I don't find that he's a very good striker. I think Jonathan Deniz is better on the feet, and I think that Jonathan Deniz is a more careful and more polished striker. I think he's a more precise striker than Austin Lane. Austin Lane comes at you charging. He's more of an athlete more than anything. But I mean, he's
Yeah,
not that great. I mean, he did lose to
yeah.
Justin Taffa when they did the rematch. The first one was a no contest because of that accidental eye poke the first time, but then they did the rematch and then he lost to Justin Taffa by knockout. And I think that with the power that Jonathan Deniz has, I think he's also going to be able to knock out Austin Lane. And again, like I said, Austin Lane, when he fought in the Contender Series, when he fought in Fury FC, Combat Night, and all these lower level cards events, he was fighting guys shorter than him, and for sure it was easy for him to breeze through those guys. But now he's facing a guy his height with power, just as powerful as Justin Taffa. I think that he's going to get knocked out here, man. I think that I'm going to
He
go with the hype on this young, this new guy.
he actually lost to Greg Hardy also a long time ago by
Who?
by knockout.
Austin Lane?
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, Austin Lane did lose to Greg Hardy a long time ago. That's true.
yeah.
By knockout. He also got knocked out by Frank Tate in the lower level cards, and he also got knocked out by Vernon Lewis. So his losses have all come by way of knockout. Okay, he's lost 4 times, all by knockout. So I'm thinking that he's facing a guy who's got knockout power, and I got to go with Jonathan Deniz. Jonathan Deniz, the guy's got 6 wins, and guess what? All by knockout. So you know what? I got to go with Jonathan Deniz to get the knockout on Austin Lane. We're gonna see. This is gonna be a good fight. Can't
He
wait.
just has to prove himself to me, man, before I can, lay that much chalk,
I hear you, man, but I got a good feeling about this guy here. So we're in disagreement with this fight. We're gonna move on up the card now. Next fight, we got Karine Silva against Ariana Lipski. Man, this fight here, I love me some Karine Silva. I have been on this girl's case since the beginning. I liked her since the beginning, and I put bets on her every single time. And I always put a bet by KO submission. You know why? Because that's all she has. All of her wins are by KO sub. And I was like, you know what? I got to do KO sub on this girl. Every single card cashed for me when she fought. Every single card cashed. I won with her every single time. I like Karine Silva. She is a monster. She looks more like a man than the two of them. This is going to be my new thing now. I'm going with the women fighter that looks like more of a man, looks stronger, looks bigger. She's more powerful. She is just relentless on the ground. She is going to take down Ariana Lipski. Whether she ground and pounds her or submits her, who knows? But Karine Silva is the pick by finish, KO submission for me.
I thought you would be a little more on the fence with this one and end up picking Karini because you were gonna have to decide who was like more the man kind of thing. But yeah, but you're solid with Karini, and I gotta tell you, so am I. I
Nice.
think Karini can win one way or the other here, and I'm very high on Ariane Lipski now. She's got to be one of the most, if not the most improved fighter over the past, let's say, a year and 2 months. Um, I don't think she can beat Karine Silva here. I think she's just too much. Even when she makes like a half mistake, because she does, it's still not enough for these girls to put her away. For me, yeah, earlier in the week, I was maybe thinking of Lipski. She actually was the underdog. Sorry, she was the favorite opening this fight up. I don't know if you knew that. Crazy. But now Karini's the favorite, and she's probably going to be a larger and larger favorite as the week goes on. That's going to be my pick. By
Yeah,
knockout.
the thing about Karine Silva too, not to mention, she's just going to be more muscular and bigger than Ariana Lipski. Lipski is very skinny and feminine, and Karine Silva is muscular and manly, and she's going to take her down. I believe that Ariana Lipski is not better than Karine Silva on the ground. Karine Silva's black belt in jiu-jitsu is insane. Her
She'd
submissions are
have to keep
insane.
it on the feet to win this fight.
She would have to keep it on the
If
feet, and I'm
yeah.
afraid that Lipsky cannot keep it on the feet because Karina Silva just comes at you charging, and she does whatever it takes to get you down. She will come at you charging. She'll find that she'll get a double leg. She'll get a trip. She'll
and
trip,
and and not only that, like her shots hurt,
and
She
her shots are powerful.
uh,
Exactly. That's why they call her Killer, man. And I think the Killer will kill the Queen of Violence in this event here. So yeah, Karine Silva is the pick, man. This is going to be awesome to watch.
yeah,
All
it should
right,
be a
moving
fun
on up
one.
the card, man. This, yeah, it should be a fun one. All right,
Okay,
we got here, Andy O.
yeah, so next we got Ryan Spann against Bogdan Guskov. Here, the pick is pretty simple for me. Ryan Spann is way better strength of schedule, experience wise. I think Bogdan is a one-trick pony. He's going to go head hunting right at the beginning. He leaves himself crazy wide open. I feel if Spann decided to take him down, he could win the fight immediately. I don't know if he's going to do that or not, but Spann is also a very tough guy. Even if Bogdan catches him kind of like early on in the fight, I predict Spann is tough enough to withstand it and begin to put on Bogdan Guskov. Once he starts to put on him, whenever that may be, I don't know how long it's going to take him, but he's going to put this guy away. I'm almost this close to calling this guy a fraud, if you want to call him anything. I don't like him. I think Spann has this one in the bag, actually. Very confident.
Okay, okay, wow, okay.
What about you, my man?
Man, I am leaning towards Ryan Spann here. I am a bit worried about those last two
Leaning.
losses that he had here. Yeah, I'm worried.
He should have beat Anthony Smith.
That's the
He
thing.
had so much more damage than Anthony Smith.
That's the thing, though. I'm a bit worried about that, about those two losses that he had in a row there. And looking at this, the line here, it's Bogdan is a huge dog. I'm going to tell you right now that Bogdan is a good dog. Okay, because I was on the fence about who I was going to pick here, and looking at those dog odds, I definitely think that he's a very good dog to work with there. But I am going to go with Ryan Spann as well. I think the height advantage there at 2 inches. He's got a crazy reach advantage, 5.5 inch reach advantage. So if Ryan Spann can keep this fight at a distance and keep the striking at a distance, keep him at bay, get some leg kicks, get some striking on Bogdan. And Ryan Spann also has some skills on the ground as well. He can also he's okay on the ground. He's not bad. So the pick will be Ryan Spann, not with a huge high amount of confidence as you, but I think he can get a KO or a submission on Bogdan. He's got 12 submissions, so I do like his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills. But he can also land a knockout. He is decent on the feet, but what worries me though is that loss to Anthony Smith and Nikita Krylov that subbed him. Very worried about that, but he did beat Dominic Reyes and Jan Kutelaba, so I got to give him credit for that. And he beat Misha Serkinov as well. So I'll go with Ryan Spann here. Not the highest confidence here, but I do got to say that Bogdan is a good dog.
Okay, now moving up to the main event of the evening. Mateus Nicolau, Alex Perez. Who do you got?
I got to go with Mateus Nicolau here. Alex Perez too is also a very sneaky dog there. I also think Alex Perez is a good dog, but I got to go with Mateus Nicolau. I think that he's just going to be able to piece him up on the feet, keep this fight on the feet. And Mateus Nicolau, the way he fights there, he just slows the fight down. That's how he fights. He slows it down, gets in some good strikes. He circles a lot. People might boo him because of that, because he's going to be running around that cage. But I think that he's going to be the more active fighter as far as the striking is concerned. I think he'll be able to stop some of the takedowns from Alex Perez, and I think he'll just out volume Alex Perez, possibly get a knockout. We did see Alex Perez get knocked out before, and Alex Perez coming off a 3-fight losing streak. Hard to put money on that guy based on that as well, man. Not looking good for Alex Perez in his last 3 fights. I mean, he did lose a decision to Mohamed Mokayev. Mokayev, very, very good fighter. But he did also get subbed by Alexander Pantoja, and he got subbed by Davison Figueiredo. Now, those are top-notch fighters. We got to admit, Alex Perez has fought the better fighters. I mean, those are the three of the top in that division: Mokayev, Pantoja, Figueiredo. These guys are top-notch. But I think Matheus Nicolau can get a win here if he fights properly here. He did lose to Brandon Royval in his last fight, but he has gotten some good wins against Matt Schnell, David Dvorak, and Tim Elliott. Even Manel Kape, he beat Manel Kape. So I got to go with Matheus Nicolau here. I think he's going to get the win. And if I'm going to predict how he's going to win, I think it might be by finish here. It's going to be either a knockout, maybe goes to decision, but most likely a knockout.
Yeah, me on this one, I'm actually going to go with the dog, Alex Perez here.
Oh,
Unlike you, I do not think Nicolau is going to out-volume Perez. In fact, I think that maybe the reason he loses this fight is just that he's just so ultra patient that, you know, he's gonna miss his opportunities. But more than that, I think he's kind of chinny as well. And the way he looks at things is he gets these quick opportunities to win, especially with the submissions I see with Nicolau. But with Alex Perez, I see a guy that's going to be in his face more, a guy that's not washed up, and a guy that's pretty much in his prime. And don't forget, he was also kind of injured in his last fight. And now I expect that's why he's back this early, actually, Alex Perez. Nicolau's taking a lot of time off because he got knocked out with the flying knee his last fight, right? So Nicolau, he used to be one of my more favorite up-and-coming guys, but I think I'm kind of like a little cooled off on him. I think this is a great opportunity for Alex Perez. Of course, I won't be surprised if Nicolau pulls it off, but I think Perez definitely has a path to victory here. And yeah, so that'll do it.
I do agree with you that Perez is a good dog, though. I definitely got to say that. I think he is a good dog. We'll talk about that in the betting on Friday. But I just think Nicolau, just the way he fights, is going to slow him down. And if he can stop the takedowns from Perez, Perez is not really a strong, powerful striker at all.
No.
Like his punches are very weak, very soft. Perez is more of a grappler. He likes to get the fight on the ground, likes to get you on the ground, maybe try to get a submission. He does have 7 submissions, 12 decisions, 5 knockouts. So as you can see, he's more of a sub guy, more of a decision guy by winning by keeping you on the ground, getting control time, and doing his work on the ground. And I think Nicolau is very good at the takedown defense. I think if he does stuff the takedowns from Perez, it's going to be a hard time for Perez there. But I agree, he's a good dog. I'm going to pick Nicolau here as the pick. Man, we disagreed on a couple of fights, not that many, but
Not too many.
it should be a really good card. Can't wait to watch it. Please, guys, if you like the video, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. And yeah, we are KA MMA, and can't wait for Friday. See you guys for the final predictions on Friday and our bets as well.
And the final bets, money.
All right.
Yeah. I'd like to welcome y'all to the show. Welcome. Yeah.
All right. Peace out, folks. KA MMA. Please like and subscribe. Hope you guys like the video.